Welcome back to Bike Two-Wheel World. Today, we are taking a detailed look at one of the most interesting cruiser motorcycles associated with CFMOTO for the 2026 model year, the CFMOTO V9. This is a motorcycle that aims to combine the relaxed character of a traditional cruiser with the modern technology, styling, and value-oriented approach that has helped CFMOTO gain attention in the global motorcycle market. Before we begin, one important point is worth mentioning. Specifications and pricing for the V9 can vary by market, and detailed official 2026 V9 specifications are not as widely published as those of CFMOTO's other confirmed models. So, where exact production specifications are not officially confirmed, we will describe the V9 in terms of its reported positioning and expected equipment rather than presenting unconfirmed figures as guaranteed facts. At first glance, the CFMOTO V9 has the kind of presence that immediately separates it from ordinary commuter motorcycles. It is designed around the cruiser philosophy, which means the visual focuses on a long, low, relaxed profile rather than an aggressive sport bike stance. The proportions are intended to make the motorcycle look substantial without relying entirely on excessive bodywork. The result is a machine that appears comfortable cruising through a city but also has the visual character to stand out on an open road. The front end is particularly important on a cruiser, and the V9 follows a modern interpretation of that formula. The headlight area gives the motorcycle a distinctive identity, with LED lighting expected to provide a bright and contemporary appearance. Instead of making the front section overly complicated, the design philosophy emphasizes clean shapes, a wide handlebar, and a strong mechanical presence. The lighting signature gives the bike a modern face while still allowing the overall silhouette to remain unmistakably cruiser-inspired. Moving toward the side, the V9 becomes even more interesting. The fuel tank, frame, engine area, and low seat work together to create a stretched appearance. The tank is shaped to flow naturally toward the rider while leaving enough visual space around the engine to emphasize the motorcycle's mechanical character. Cruiser buyers usually want a bike that looks substantial when parked, and the V9 is clearly designed with that requirement in mind. The wheels and tires also contribute significantly to the motorcycle's character. A cruiser needs a planted appearance, and the V9's overall stance is designed to communicate stability and confidence. The combination of a relatively low seating position and wide proportions should make the motorcycle look comfortable rather than nervous or overly aggressive. It is the kind of design that can appeal to riders who want something visually impressive without choosing a full-size heavyweight cruiser. At the rear, the design continues the same theme. The tail section is relatively clean, while LED lighting helps keep the motorcycle looking modern. The exhaust system adds another important visual element, because on a cruiser the exhaust is not simply a functional component. It becomes part of the motorcycle's identity. CFMOTO's approach is to combine traditional cruiser proportions with the more contemporary finish, avoiding the appearance of an old-fashioned motorcycle while preserving the classic idea of a relaxed road machine. The seating arrangement is another major part of the V9 concept. A cruiser should encourage a relaxed strutting position, and the V9 is designed around that idea. The rider sits lower than on many adventure or naked motorcycles, while the handlebar and foot control arrangement are intended to create a comfortable posture for longer rides. This is especially important for riders who are more interested in relaxed cruising than aggressive cornering. The riding position also influences the motorcycle's personality. Instead of asking the rider to lean forward over the front wheel, the V9 encourages a more upright and laid-back posture. That makes the bike particularly attractive for urban cruising, weekend rides, and relaxed highway travel. Of course, actual comfort will depend on rider height, body proportions, and the final production specification, but the basic cruiser layout is clearly aimed at making everyday riding less demanding. Inside the cockpit, the V9 is expected to combine classic motorcycle controls with modern instrumentation. CFMOTO has increasingly equipped its motorcycles with digital displays, smartphone connectivity, LED lighting, electronic rider aids, and other technology, so it would make sense for the V9 to follow the same philosophy where market specifications allow. CFMOTO's broader 2026 motorcycle range demonstrates the company's focus on TFT displays, Bluetooth connectivity, ride sync integration, and electronic rider assistance on several models. That technology is important because the V9 is not simply trying to imitate an older cruiser. Its selling point is the combination of cruiser character and modern usability. A digital instrument system can provide speed, engine information, fuel information, trip data, and other useful information in a format that is easier to customize and read. If smartphone connectivity is included on the production version in a particular market, riders could also gain access to navigation-related and communication functions through CFMOTO's connected ecosystem. The engine is naturally one of the most important subjects when discussing the V9. A cruiser needs strong low and mid-range response more than an enormous top-end power figure. The ideal character is smooth acceleration, useful torque, and predictable throttle response. That makes the motorcycle enjoyable when leaving traffic lights, accelerating through city streets, or maintaining speed on an open road. Reports and online discussions have positioned the V9 as a cruiser designed around accessible performance and easy riding rather than extreme horsepower. Because official market-specific specifications are not consistently available, it would be inappropriate to give an exact horsepower or torque figure as confirmed for every 2026 V9. What matters more for this type of motorcycle is how the engine delivers its power. A smooth torque curve can make a cruiser feel stronger and more enjoyable in everyday conditions than a much more powerful engine that requires high revs to perform.